Check. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the TVPLounge. It's a Monday edition. I want to give a quick shout out to my mod Mike for letting me know about the press conference that happened yesterday, because we all have been wondering and waiting what's going to happen with the new year coming up. Very informative stuff that I could not wait to share with y'all. What's going on, Diesel? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you. I am Brittany J. What's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you again as well. Now listen, I'm going to just go ahead and just put this out here right now. I'm going to just go ahead and say it now. It's perfectly fine. It is what it is. Some of my comments might get very controversial, which is fine. We all have opinions. I respect everybody's opinion. I will hope people can respect mine. And I know some people not. For those of y'all who follow me on Instagram, I put a clip up of a conversation we had in the lounge a few weeks ago, right when we found out about this pause that went through. How I told y'all my opinions on what I really thought all this was about. And some people didn't take it well, which is fine. That's just 2020. That's just the world we live in. So, as y'all see, the restrictions in Vegas, turn the music down a little bit. As y'all see in the title, the restrictions have been extended, and they have been extended through January 15th, 2021, which means this is going on through the new year. Bruce, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Glad you made it in. Brian, what's going on, man? Welcome to the lounge. Do I think it's worth to hit up Vegas with the cheap rates? I'm definitely going to touch into that. Now, listen, first things first, I appreciate all of y'all who here on this Monday, because I know some of y'all might still be at work tuning in. Some of y'all might have just got off of work. Regardless, I appreciate those of y'all who locked in, and for those of y'all who come in later, I appreciate those who catch the replay. Today is Monday. I know for sports fans, y'all know we got Monday Night Football. It's kicking off 5:20 Pacific time, 8:20 Eastern time. So we should have things wrapped up by then. So first things first, Vegas is not shut down. Like, I want to give a shout out also to Ace of Vegas, because Ace was the one, he actually streamed the press conference live, which saved me a whole bunch of time, because I ain't feel like having to go back and watch it all over again. So I was able to watch it and just listen to other people's thoughts and interact in the chat. William, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. I appreciate you coming in. Shout out to you as always. I appreciate the support. So off the bat, Vegas is not shut down. So in line with what you just asked, Brian, is Vegas still worth going right now with the cheap rates? Yes, 100%. If you're just going to Vegas to enjoy Vegas and take advantage of the rates. That's kind of been a message I've been trying to preach all year to people, is this is the best time. I don't know if we'll ever have a time like this while we're alive again, to be real. That room rates is going to be as cheap as they is. With everything that's been going on this year, Vegas has needed the tourism. And that was something that we was talking about in the chat yesterday, which was how it was it was reconfirmed that Nevadans are following rules, but just for the protection of these numbers, that the pause needs to continue through the 15th of January. Now, I've been saying this for the beginning. They're not going to shut down New Year's. They're not going to shut down Christmas. They're not. You can still go to Vegas. You can still travel. Somebody was saying in the chat yesterday that clubs is closed. No, they're not. Clubs have not been closed. I keep trying to get that through to folks, that it's just rebranded as a lounge. There's no guest list. There's no general admission. None of that. You have to have a reservation to go to these venues. But they are open Fridays, Saturday, some Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. So if you want to go to Vegas and you want to party, you can go to Dre's, you can go to Marquee, you can go to Tao, you can go to XS. You can go to the clubs and party. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there, because I think there's some type of confusion with that. The clubs are not promoting themselves as clubs. They're promoting themselves as lounges, because you have to have a reservation to get in, and it's not at full capacity. So for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, currently in Vegas right now, if you were to catch a flight and go to Vegas today, here's what's going on. Everything is reservation only. Restaurants, any place that sell food, because some bars serve food, so they fall into that category. Bars that serve food and restaurants. Now, McDonald's, you don't have to have a reservation to go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or Subway or none of the quick fast food spots like In-N-Out. You don't have to have a reservation. You can still just walk up. Obviously, you have to practice social distancing. But most of the restaurants on the strip, they are reservation only. But let me explain how that works. We want to go get some food. And when we go to, let's just say, for example, I don't know, let me think of a place off the top of my head. I don't know. Let's just say Cabo Wabo, the Spanish restaurant over there by Planet Hollywood. When you walk up, they're going to ask if you have a reservation, and you're going to say no, because most of us are not going to have a reservation at a place that you would normally just walk up to. And you're just like, okay, can I make a reservation? Like, yeah, sure. They'll ask you, when would you like to make a reservation? Now, most people who walking up somewhere want to eat right now. So what I said, this is what I was like. I was just like, what's the earliest y'all have? And everywhere was like, oh, we got a spot right now. Boom. Reservation made. They write your name down, how many people you with, sit you somewhere. So there's this notion that, like, because these restrictions are going on, that you can't go to Vegas and do anything, which is just completely false. That's completely false. That's not what's going on at all. What's going on, Philly? Welcome to the lounge. Mike, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Appreciate y'all coming through. Emily said, I was just there this weekend. Coyote Ugly is where I found myself, and it was so awkward with only 10 people in the whole bar. Yes, for sure. That is definitely, now, that is something to note out, which is why I said, if you're going to Vegas because you want to go to Vegas and just get away and have something to do, gamble, drink, do that. Take advantage of the room rates. Like, if you want to go to Vegas with a big group of people and have like this big party or whatever, like the typical Vegas experience, you might want to hold off on that. But you can go to Vegas and party. You can go to Vegas and eat at places. The biggest difference between this recent pause and what happened prior to this was, with the social distancing aspect of it, restaurants will let you sit in groups of 6 and the occupancy was 50%. Well, now it's in groups of 4 and it's 25%. So to a lot of people, that might be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's keep it real, because y'all know that's what we do on this side of YouTube. Let's keep it all the way 100. Most people aren't going to Vegas this time of year anyway. It's Thanksgiving, it's Hanukkah, it's Christmas, it's about to be the New Year. Most people are really going to Vegas for New Year's. That's probably the biggest event. Some people probably go for Christmas, but Vegas is not, it's not like this is like the fall and all of a sudden these restrictions are hitting and it's gonna change a lot of things. A lot of people aren't going to Vegas anyway. So this 25% reduction of occupancy, like, it hurts businesses, like, when you look at the number side of it. But like, when you look at the overall foot traffic, like, I was out there on Monday and Tuesday, it was dead. It was like, it wasn't completely dead, but it was dead. Like, everybody on the strip, if they wanted to go somewhere, could go and sit down right then and there. So this notion that Vegas is just shut down pretty much and there's nothing to do in Vegas is just completely false. It's completely slower than it normally is, but it's not dead. What is the status of bars? Center Bar, New York, Chandelier Bar, are they open with a decent crowd and good vibe, or dead? Will be there in Vegas the 30th through the 3rd. Okay, so Amber asked this question, you're gonna be out there for New Year's. The weekends are not dead. Like, there's a good crowd, a good vibe on the weekends. There's still people in town. The bars, Chandelier Bar, was weird. They said reservation only, but they were seating people. If it's a bar though that doesn't serve food, you can sit down and you can get a drink. But a lot of these places that have food are doing reservations only. But as you walk up, they'll let you know what they have available either now or in a few minutes. But bars that don't serve food, like the Chandelier Bar, they had reservations because I think they were allowing you to like order food with, connections to the hotel. But they have people right there to make reservations. There were other bars on the strip that didn't require a reservation. You could literally just walk up, sit down somewhere, and get a drink. So on the weekends, especially, like, and I'm telling y'all, if you're going to be in Vegas for New Year's, it's not going to be dead. Like, if you're planning to go, I say go, because even with this extension of restrictions, if you were planning to go to Vegas, this isn't going to change anything anyway. Whatever you were planning to do for New Year's, you're still going to be able to do it. The lounges are still going to be open, reservation only, but they'll still be open. Bars in the hotels will be open. Restaurants and places that are doing things are still going to be open. So I feel like there's a lot of confusion going on with that. That I just wanted to clear up from my perspective. And this isn't what I think. This is what I just witnessed and with my people who work in the industry can confirm. December and January is the slowest months regardless. Yeah, I would throw November, December, and January. And you could even throw in February, to be honest. But December and January, once you get past New Year's, yes, they're very slow. So that's 100% correct. Trying to catch up with y'all in chat. Give me one. You said you hold Bird Bar, Happy Hour, and Lobby Bar Mirage is open. When I walked by Bird Bar, they were open over the weekend, but they were closed during the week. But I can tell you for New Year's, I'm almost certain they're going to be open. What's going on, Rick? Appreciate the super chat. Hope all is well with you. Good to see you again. Welcome to the lounge. Appreciate the super chat, Steven. Greatly appreciate that. You said you're coming down to Bally's for 5 days around New Year's and was worried about the restaurant thing. Love what I do. I appreciate the support. Yeah, if you're going to Vegas, like, nothing's changing at all. Like, whatever you were planning to do to go to Vegas, if you were going to Vegas just because you wanted to walk around and drink and go eat places and gamble, or if you wanted to party, I hope you would know by now that you can only party Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. But if you was planning a party, you can still party. Like, all of the nightclub, all of the lounges. So, I'm trying to be correct with things. The lounges are still taking reservations. What's going on, Ace? How were the lounges with their reservations? The lounges was just fine. If you wanted to, they had what was available. So there were people in Dre's, there were people at Marquee, there was people at Excess. So it's still the same. If you want to go to a nightclub, their lounge, as we want to call it, then go. But you got to make a reservation. It's still like $600 minimum to get in, which equates to a bottle. You can still order food when you're there. So you can still go and party. And I feel like that's something a lot of people are skipping over. That's very important because there are people who go to Vegas to party. So yes, you have to pay. I mean, and remember, it's been like this since they reopened in June. Like, the whole lounge only thing, as most of y'all are probably aware of, this hasn't changed. You've had to make reservations since June when they reopened to go into any of the lounges. Pool parties was the same way. You had to make a reservation. So this, if anything, the only thing that's changing is just the amount of people that'll be there. But again, because of what's been going on in 2020 with this Rona, New Year's wasn't going to be the typical New Year's. Just like a lot of the holidays haven't been the typical holidays. Like, even Labor Day weekend was a very busy crowd, but it felt like normal, but it wasn't normal. If only Cosmo dropped to 50 a night. Cosmo dropped their rates to 99 a night. That's about, I don't know if I'll ever see it lower than that, to be honest, unless it's comp. 50 a night is just insane. Anything is possible. But the fact that Cosmo had that 99 a night offer deal tells you the state of Vegas. And that was something the governor reinforced himself. He said that I'm not shutting anything down. We still want tourists to come in town because the economy is still hurting. Like, these reduction in occupancy it's hurting Nevadans for sure, but they still need the money. And a lot of people was talking about that in the stream. It's just kind of like, so we're gonna encourage tourism even though we're worried about these numbers. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We want y'all to keep coming to Nevada, spending this money because the economy's hurt, but we want the Nevadans to stay up out the way so that these tourists can come and don't catch anything, because apparently they feel like the Nevadans is the one has the Rona. Sure. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Pretty much how it was when we went to Circa. Yeah, pretty much. Same thing. Nothing else to, nothing's changed since then. It's pretty much the same. I go to Vegas to party and meet TVP. That's what's up. Yeah, I'll be out there on the 26th through the 29th. So if you're going to be in Vegas anytime between the 26th and the 29th, I'll be in town. Hit me up. I'll make a way to say what up. 50 a night, $45 resort fees, $18 in taxes equals Cosmo still adds up. For sure. That's very true. Because that Cosmo offer that they had, it did waive resort fees. So Something to take into account. And that's a good point. Some of these properties, it's like $20 a night, but the resort fee like $40. So your resort fee is double the price. All right. So that's the big basis of it. Now, I haven't even got to what I want to get to yet, which is why I told y'all this is going to get real controversial. And that's fine. Did I monetize? I don't know if I monetize this, but if they demonetize it, oh well, I'll be all right. Before I get into this, let me make sure I didn't skip over too much. STL, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. Yeah, why not, Brian? Impulse, ain't nothing wrong with that. YOLO, live your best life. Said you booked your trip the night before, you was there for a week, no regrets. That's what's up. And that's what I tell a lot of people. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's still Vegas. It's not the same Vegas, but it's still Vegas. You know, it's still gonna be a vibe. If you go during the week, it's just not gonna be as busy. But people still out there drinking. People still out there stumbling. People still out there falling. The food is still good. The drinks is still good. So it's just not as busy as it is. So I say go and take advantage of the rates. If you don't want to take advantage of the rates and you just want to wait for it to get busy, then you're gonna probably be waiting a while. But if you're going for New Year's, this press conference that happened yesterday changed nothing that's been going on the last few weeks. Even with the reservation only thing, do not let that scare you. I promise you, it sounds crazier than it actually is. You can't walk up and be seated. You have to walk up and give them your name and put it and have it written on the list so that they can track that they made a reservation, and then they'll sit you down. Longest I waited to sit down anywhere was like 2 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay, so let's get to the controversial part of this. Now, y'all saw, like I said, on Instagram, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it. So Governor Sisolak made sure that he mentioned this in the press conference yesterday. Nevada got them vaccines today. Let me say this again, just in case y'all didn't hear me. He made sure that everyone knew, as of today, as of right now, Nevada got vaccines all year long. And I said that in the stream a few weeks ago. That's why I put that clip out there. Because Halloween weekend, everything was all great. It was all fine. The numbers was fine. And then suddenly, there was a spike. Just suddenly, out of nowhere, things had been getting better. The occupancy had went back up to 50%. It was all vibes. It was crowded out there, blah, 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 blah. By the way, for y'all who want to know, if you walk the strip right now, you will see people not walking the strip without a mask. I'm sure some people people was like, well, what's going to happen if it's mandatory? I mean, they technically could write you a ticket if they want. People is getting arrested on the strip, I'll tell you that. I saw a couple people get arrested. I don't know what they got arrested for, but they definitely got arrested. But anyway, yeah, so it was so much going on in October. Everything just seemed like it was turning around, getting fine, and then boom, right here by the holidays, these mysterious modules was coming up with these numbers that just out of nowhere was just, everything was at a spike. And I was like, where did this come from? There has to be some type of vaccine trail. And then in the last conference, he said that he's like, there needs to be some type of moderation of vaccines. Well, there's vaccines in Nevada now, which I say that to say this. I've been saying Vegas is not going to shut down no more. They're not going to shut down. They can't afford to shut down, period. They cannot lose the money. Like, let me, for those of y'all who think that Vegas is shut down versus not understanding what this restriction is, I'm going to simplify it for you. A shutdown is you can go to Vegas. You can't stay at none of the hotels like it was in March. You can't go to the hotels. You can't go to the bars. You can't go to the clubs. You can't do anything in Nevada. That's what a shutdown is. So that's why, like, when I keep hearing people say like, oh, Nevada's still shut down. Nevada hasn't been shut down since June. They're operating with restrictions, but they're not shut down. And they definitely wasn't finna shut down. I told y'all, they're not gonna miss this New Year's money. If you go look at any hotel right now in Vegas for 2 nights, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, go look at look at the night before New Year. So let's do Tuesday through Friday. Just on y'all off time, go look at them room rates. I bet you them rates is still inflated. I bet you them rates is still 5 to 6 times the price. Because they're not going to miss that money. Because regardless, people is going to be in Vegas for New Year's. So they was not going to shut down. But they was for sure going to make sure them vaccines came in. Guess what? Now them vaccines is here. So you extended another month. Why do you extend it another month? You extended another month because First of all, like people say, I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a scientist or biochemist. You're absolutely right. I don't have no degree, nor do I care to have one. But I will say this. Common knowledge. Anything new that comes out, you have to test it out. You have to see what the side effects is. There's trials. So the people who get these vaccinations that are now in Nevada are now going to be trial people. And I wish y'all the best. I really do. But we watch what happens after this month. January 15th gonna come around. Numbers is not gonna get worse because we got vaccines. We got vaccines. And don't let them vaccines become effective. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a surge in vaccines. Watch. What is there to do on a Monday? Entertainment wise, I believe there are a couple shows that are operating. It's not many, but as far as like clubs and stuff, there's nothing to do. You got hookah lounges that's open. Hookah lounges has probably been one of the most underrated forms of entertainment in 2020. I've told a lot of people, Luna Lounge is my favorite hookah lounge. And some people are like, well, why would you go to a hookah lounge if it's smoke or whatever? Don't go. You don't have to hookah. Like if you're that concerned, don't smoke the hookah. You can still drink. You can still eat food. You can still listen to good music. But some people, just like you would pour your drink down and take a sip and put it back up, some people can pull it down, hit the hookah pipe, but again, it's just something to do. I'm just saying. I wonder how much that would change comps and restrictions. That's a real good question, Ace. I don't think it's going to change anything in my opinion, but I guess that's to be determined. What do you think the best value property is right now? I know Caesars got cheap rates, but I wanted to try somewhere new, maybe Vidara. I love Vidara. I think Vidara is one of the most underrated hotels in Vegas. Comps, in my opinion, I think we've talked about this on the channel too, and in some of these streams. I think that Caesars gives the best comps. I think M Life offers more because they have more properties, and their properties for the most part are better than Caesars properties. But I believe that Caesars gives the best comps. If you have both, if you're thinking about trying Vidara, I definitely think you should try Vidara. I have Vidara or an offer just for being an M Life member during the week for like $40 a night at Vidara for a suite. And it's like, I rave about Vidara all the time. I'm not even finna sit here and go through that, but that's what I think. I think Caesars offer the best comps, but I think a lot of the rewards companies are giving out great rates, so you definitely should jump on that. Mike said a degree in common sense. I tend to think I got a PhD in common sense, but you know, I don't really want to go there and ruffle nobody's feathers. Again, like I say, I speak off of my opinions, which seem to be what just be presented in my Facebook. Once again, sometimes, you know, it is what it is. Go to the sports book and watch football Monday night. For the most part, yeah, watching sports. Like, if you want to go to Vegas to party Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays is pretty much going to be your party nights. Monday through Thursdays, like I think Tile was open on Thursday, so I would probably say more Thursday through Saturday versus Friday through Sunday would be your best nights to party. But Friday and Saturday nights, 100% is where you want to go to party. But you got hookah lounges if you want to go somewhere to like be around some vibes and listen to music. You can still do that there. Headed there on Wednesday for 3 nights. No clubbing for you. Gambling, eating, drinking. Looking forward to it. That's a relaxed vacation, and that's what's up. And truthfully, I think that's what a lot of people, especially what's going on in 2020 with this Rona, that's what a lot of us need. Even if it's just to go to Vegas, just to walk the strip. Like, because when I was out there, I wasn't like, after I did my videos, I was just chilling. Like, walking around the strip, drinking, watching games, gambling, you know, just being grateful to be able to do something, you know, because some places can't even travel. So I say make the best out the worst. No problem. Glad the updates have been beneficial for you. Watch out for mass police. They got you while you was trying to eat your burger outside the link. Yeah, I actually heard some other people say about that they are out there lurking and watching people who don't have masks. That's why I was saying that it's a Nevada mandate that you have to wear a mask at all times unless you're actively eating or drinking. So that's why I tell people, just because you see other people walking around without a mask don't mean it's okay. They might just be those few who just happen to get under the bridge and get away from things, because you can get a ticket for breaking the state law. It's a law. So if you're not wearing a mask and you're not eating or drinking, they can write you a ticket. They can lock you up technically if they wanted to. I don't think it's that deep, but they could, because you're breaking the law. So Just keep that in mind for sure. This was the fastest developed vaccine of all time. Almost makes you wonder if they already had the vaccine when it first came out. Listen, people gonna start talking about conspiracies and all of this. People tell me all the time, they say I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's fine. Do I know if they had these vaccines? I don't know how long they had the vaccines. I ain't even finna sit here and try to go that deep into it. But I will say this. I think it's very, 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 very strange how fast the vaccine just was needed, came, and pushed out. Like, it was one point we wasn't thinking there wasn't going to be a vaccine until 2021. Here we are right here a couple weeks before Christmas. Merry Christmas, I got a vaccine for you. Even though I believe they're saying that first responders, I guess, like, you know, the essential workers is the one who want to take it first. And what's crazy is, and this is facts, I'm not making this up, I know essential workers right now. I could pick up the phone and call 5 of them right now who will tell you they don't want to take the shot. They don't want a vaccine shot. I've been telling y'all, I'm not getting a vaccine shot. I'm not. It's not happening. Unless they like put a gun to my head and say, your life is over if you don't get this vaccination shot. I'm not getting a vaccine shot at all. I ain't had a flu shot in 13 years. I probably had the flu 3 times in the last 13 years. Ain't no way in the world I'm finna get no shot that just came up out of nowhere. Nah, that's just me though. But my homeboy made a good point. He was like, what about the people? Because there is speculation that if you don't get this shot, you can't travel. Some people won't be able to go back to work. If you can't work and you have to get this shot, you do what you got to do to survive. I'm not finna knock nobody for surviving or doing what they got to do to make it through. Do what you got to do to survive. I'm not knocking nobody. Again, these is my opinions. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. But I just find it very entertaining when people look at you crazy for not wanting to get something that just came up out of nowhere. It's like the government say, jump off a cliff right now. Why would I do that? I can't ask why I'm about to jump off a cliff. I'm supposed to do it because y'all no. Says, yep, the pandemic, man. Listen. Anywho, so yeah, that's what's going on with Vegas. Let's run this back real quick. I'll go back into the chat, catch up with y'all because I know y'all been here real engaged. Vegas is not shut down, okay? Let's clarify this. Just bring this full circle. Vegas is not shut down. Vegas is not going to shut down. What that translates to is you can catch a flight to Vegas right now. You can stay at a hotel property. You can go get food. You can gamble. You can drink. You can walk the strip. Vegas is not shut down. The restaurants, the bars are operating at a 25% occupancy. You need to make a reservation to go. The reservations are not difficult to make. You don't have to download an app. You can literally walk up to any restaurant you want. They'll have the QR codes right there in your face if you want to click it and make a reservation. Or you can simply ask the host who's right there, hey, I would like to dine. Can I make a reservation? Make a reservation right then and there. Make a reservation for later. But the reservation should not deter you from going anywhere at all. Please don't. You can still go to these lounges. Dre's, Marquee, XS are open. Tao are open on the weekends. You can go and party. Still reservation like it's been. So, yes, you can definitely go to Vegas and enjoy yourself. A lot of people nowadays, especially with it being a slow time this time of year anyway, are really just going to take advantage of the rates to get away. Some people are going to party. If you don't follow the clubs on Instagram and their social media, you can follow Dre's, go follow Marquee, go follow Tao. There's clips every weekend. If you want to see clips, hit me up. I can send you a clip of my promoters who in there with people. You know, like, people is still partying, I promise you. So you can still go. It's not shut down. And I just needed to speak that out because I'm truthfully, it burns my nerves when I see this online. I'm like, would y'all stop saying that Vegas is shut down? Because y'all can really have people thinking they can't go to Vegas. That's not true. My DMs will tell you the same thing. Vegas is not shut down. You don't know if I've been asked about this, but do you see EDC happening next year? EDC is right now, from my understanding, May 21st through May 23rd, 2021, and I believe tickets is for sale. They're still planning to do EDC in 2021. I know they had talked about trying to move it this year to October from May, but they ended up canceling it. But as of right now, from the last I heard, EDC is in May 2021 in Las Vegas at the Speedway. So I would plan for that until otherwise. And the fact that you're telling me that there's vaccinations now in Nevada tells me that things is probably going to start to turn around in the next couple of months. And we're not going to have to worry about this Rona that much longer. That's my personal opinion. Like, the cure for Rona is not going to just disappear. But this drop in numbers like it did over the summer, how to, like, it just got better and better and better. And some states was wide open. Nightclubs, beaches, everything was wide open. Yeah, I think in a few months we're going to start getting back to that point. Absolutely. I believe that 100%. He said, I love the Vidara. Yeah, I do. I think Vidara is a phenomenal hotel. It's all suite. It's like going on vacation and having your own suite. Everything you literally need to feel at home, you get that there. He said, in Ontario, they will be providing proof of vaccine cards to enter venues and to travel. Hope it doesn't happen in Vegas. Well, I've heard that in other places too. So, I mean, if that's what it is, that could affect a lot of people. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to be one of them people affected. I'm not. I'm not. No time soon. Like I said, unless it's life or death. It might affect a lot of what goes on with me in my life. I'll be all right. I'll figure it out. We all need an escape. I'm going crazy at home working this job. Listen, they called it the Rona fatigue is what they saying a lot of people come into. Like, think about it. Like, think about this. So many people have wanted to work from home just throughout our lives. It's been one of the biggest things a lot of people say, I want to work from home. Tired of having to get up and go to work every day. Now, so many people have been working from home all 2020. How many people actually want to go back to an office now? Are you really that tired? Or do you want to go back in the office? But even with the whole working from home, people just need to get away, get out of their house, get away from their day-to-day. So it makes me wonder how many people going to do what they got to do if you got to get this shot in order to travel, like Rick said, to have this card. Some people going to do it. Like I say, do what you got to do. Mike said, will I swim in circle pool? Nah, absolutely not. Here's why. I thought about it like this. Let's say, like, the temperature in Vegas is like, during the day is like 60. It was like 60 last weekend. At night it was like 40. I think circle pool, like on their site, they say the pool temperature is like, because it's a heated pool year round. I think they say the pool is like close to 100, I believe, on their temperature chart. I'm not sure how exactly accurate that is. It's hot. It's hot enough for you to get in with it being cold. I'm not fun to take the risk with it being 50 degrees outside to get into no pool that's hot just to get back. Listen, we in the middle of a pandemic and it's already a virus going around, and I'm gonna expose myself to a change of temperature like that. I'm gonna have to respectfully decline it. I'll get in the pool in the summer, but I'm definitely not gonna do it in the winter. That just don't seem safe to me. that change in temperature, that's asking to get sick. So nah, I can't do it. But I've seen people still getting in the pool though. Currently, people are still getting in the pool, which is fine. Like I said, you can do as you please. I'm just not. So to make a reservation for the lounge, you have to pay bottle service. Pretty much, yes. So all reservations have to be done online. Even if you know a promoter, they're gonna send you a link. You have to book a reservation, which is gonna have a minimum. The minimum is typically $600 for the night, for a night. During the day for the pool, sometimes you could get it for like $300, or like I think if you make reservations at the cabanas, I know some of the pools are year round. Like, so if you make a reservation at cabanas, your reservation is gonna come with a minimum. So basically, you have to spend that amount of money. Typically, the minimums equate to a bottle. That's why it's just considered bottle service. Now, if you was like, look, I want to order $600 worth of food, they can't deny you that. They can't say no. But typically, when you make those reservations, it equates to being a bottle. So it's like doing bottle service. So yeah. And I only said it because I went to one particular lounge and they gave us our reservation and we started off ordering food, and then we ended up getting a bottle. We got like one of the smaller bottles, but we ended up getting food in the mix to try to meet the minimum. And it wasn't an issue. They was, it was just like keep ordering until you're done. Strip clubs are not open. Strip clubs are still closed. That was one of the things that the governor made sure to reiterate to people the last press conference. Adult entertainment venues, nightclubs, not open. So no strip clubs right now. Shout out to Sacktown. Appreciate the support, Sacktown. Close to normal by around April. I could see that, honestly. Say by spring, March, April. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Fingers crossed. I hope things get back to normal, because this is becoming a headache. Truthfully, I'm tired of talking about it. I ain't even got the Rona fatigue. I just got the Rona annoyance. It's just like, bro, like, man, can we move? Can we progress to something else in our life? Like, that's all 2020 been this year, is the Rona. It's all this year been. And this is just annoying. I'm just over talking about it. They shut down indoor dining for 3 weeks in your state, and the cases never went down. Positivity rates never went down. It's a joke. Oh man. How does that happen? I guess I can't ask what you. I guess we can't ask questions that everybody's stuck in the house. How does the positivity rate not go down? There's nothing to do. The only thing you can do in most states nowadays is go to the grocery store or the gas station. Look, I already know people in their feelings. That's perfectly fine. That's why I told y'all this was going to get controversial, and that these was my opinions. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. Y'all can believe whatever y'all want, but some things just don't make sense, and that just is real strange to me. I would have to say, how does the numbers not go down if everybody's staying in the house? But who knows? We'll see what happens. They got these vaccines out, so we'll see what happens over the next month and a half. You said that sound like a hot tub. Yeah, pretty much. That's how I look at Circus Pool. It's like an extra large hot tub. I missed this comment. Said, what do you recommend as far as transportation? Should you get a rental or just Uber? If you're still in here, sorry for missing a comment. Just trying to catch up on things. I see I missed a couple of other things too. I'll catch up to this in a second. But it really depends on what you're going to Vegas to do. Like, if you're going to Vegas just to chill, like just to walk around the hotel, just the casino hop, I would just get an Uber. Like, I don't rent cars when I'm in Vegas. I just Uber and Lyft everywhere. But like, if you're gonna be in Vegas for an extended period of time, and like you gonna go off the strip and venture things off strip, because I know some people like to check out the Red Rock and other things off the strip, then you can rent a car. But Uber and Lyft times is not bad at all. They back to normal pretty much. You can call one and have one in a matter of minutes. But I just ultimately say it depends on what you plan on doing in Vegas. If you're going out there to just chill, then you can just catch an Uber and Lyft. But if you're going to be doing a lot of exploring, then it wouldn't be bad to rent a car. That's just ultimately up to you. Park MGM is closed during the week. Yeah. Shout out to you, Gary. Appreciate you coming through. Those hotels, Park MGM, the casinos is still open, but you can't stay at the hotel. Like Park MGM, Planet Hollywood, Mirage. I think I just saw Palazzo is like actually shut down temporarily, completely. But Encore, a lot of those places in Mandalay Bay, the casinos and stuff still open. You can still actually go into the property. You just can't stay there. Like, you can't actually like sleep in the rooms. But the hotels and stuff is still open, so you won't be missing too much. Don't forget public transportation. Yeah, if you one of those people who don't mind to do, shout out to New York. Appreciate you coming through. If you one of the people who don't mind like the deuce, $8 a day, take you right up and down Fremont Street. We talked about this on the stream on Friday actually, but it's literally $8 for a bus ticket, and it just literally goes up and down. It just stops in front of every hotel. But if you ain't got nothing else to do and you just chilling and vibing and sightseeing, you can definitely take the deuce. I believe the monorails, I don't think they're back open. When I last saw it, I saw that they had open, but then I saw they closed. And when I actually was out there, I didn't see any of them in operation. But I'll have to double check that. Said you went to the Shark Reef at Mandalay Bay last week. It was cool. That's what's up. So I was gonna say, I know like the hotels and stuff is still open, and like all of the activities and things in these hotels that you would do is definitely still available for you to do. You just can't sleep at the properties. What's going on, Vegas tips and tricks? What's going on, man? I hope all is well with you. I'm doing well on this side. Said you definitely there for Halloween 2021. Can't miss. Yeah, Halloween. Listen, Halloween 2020. I'm telling y'all, Halloween 2020 was crazy this year. In the middle of a pandemic. Oh, let things get back to normal. Halloween 2021. Now we still got a whole year to get there, but listen, I honestly think New Year's in Vegas is gonna be cool. Like if you're gonna be in Vegas for New Year's this year, and then you go into one of the lounges, I think it's gonna be a major vibe. To be honest with y'all, like, so like I don't want a lot of people to be scared and concerned about going to Vegas. One, if you want to just go and chill, but like if you had already planned to do stuff, there's no need to change your plans, because everyone gets to that point. Rick, I saw your comment. If you get to that point, you hook me up on the card. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. Good luck on that. Have I ever stayed at the Red Rock Casino? No, I haven't stayed at the Red Rock Casino yet. It's been one of my things to do that I just haven't done. But I've heard good things about the Red Rock Casino, so I'll get to it at some point. Said you only use Uber for the airport and to go shop at the outlets. Got a rental to drive up to Zion. Okay, yeah, and some people do that. Like most of the time when I'm in Vegas, like I'm walking everywhere, and if it's somewhere I don't feel like walking, I'll just catch an Uber or Lyft. Like I normally am strip area / Fremont, or if I go somewhere slightly off the strip, just catch a Lyft and come back. But yeah, if you can be exploring, ain't nothing wrong with getting a rental. Rentals is cheap in Vegas anyway, so. If you're gonna be exploring like that, it's never a bad option. And the hotels is they're doing the complimentary parking, so you don't even have to pay for parking. So if that's something that you've thought about for people who want to rent a car, you don't have to pay for parking as well. So it's also something to keep in mind. I'm not sure how much that'll help or not. What's going on, Molly? Welcome to the lounge. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Are there any pools open, or is it too cold? I know Circle Pool is open. A couple of the hotels pool, I think they said they were open until January. I'm not gonna sit here and be on and tell you which ones, because I don't know off the top of my head. But there are a couple of hotels that have their pool open until the end of December. You said the monorail at Excalibur was closed. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. I cannot remember where I was at, but I thought I saw somewhere when I was on the strip that the monorails was closed. I just didn't want to be 100% inaccurate with that, because I don't use the monorails. But that looks like there's confirmation from someone in the chat. Said you love your hometown Chicago, just need to get away for a little while to have some fun. Ton of clean fun, nothing crazy. I mean, we all know that's what Vegas is anyway. Like, Vegas is just a vibe. It doesn't matter what you're going to Vegas for. If you go to Vegas, you're going to have a good time. And right now, it's just a reduction in occupancy, but it's not a reduction in how much fun it is. Like, they're not stopping people from partying and having a good time. So I'm almost certain that I'm going to say in the next month or so, a lot of people going to start shifting there. I'm going to just keep this to myself. Well, I'll just say this here and we'll see what happens. But I think in the next month, and let me see if I can remember this time mark. Maybe I'll clip this and post it at this particular moment. Today the 14th. On Monday, December 14th. I think in the next month, things is going to be alright and people going to start turning their focus to going back to Vegas. But we'll see what happens. Seeking Vegas Sunrise, what's going on? Welcome to the lounge. I appreciate you coming through. Molly said, just got back from Vegas yesterday. Seemed like the rowdy crowd had left. Yeah, I know the weekends the crowd was definitely, it's still good on the weekends. It's not like a crazy packed weekends, but for this to be a pandemic and it to be off season, because this is like the slowest times of the year, as we were saying earlier in the stream, but it's still people out there. That's what amazes me. Is like leave it to what you see on the news and reports and people who speculate stuff. Like, Vegas is just dead right now. mean, it is during the week, it's kind of slow, but on the weekends, you would probably be surprised if you went to Vegas just for a quick weekend, how many people out there. You'd be like, wow, I'm surprised all these people is out here. You know, if you could add anything, if I could add anything to the Strip, what would it be? That's a phenomenal question. That's a phenomenal question. I'm gonna have to think on that. That's a real good question. I don't know, to be honest, because I feel like for me personally, everything that I love about Vegas is already on the Strip. So anything else would just be a bonus. Actually, if I could add anything on the Strip now, some of y'all who not from the East Coast might not know about this, but if you're from the East Coast and y'all know about Bojangles, it's a restaurant. It's a Cajun restaurant. I love it. Or a Waffle House. If I could put one of them two on the Strip in Vegas, I probably would go out there more often, to be real with y'all. I know my folks in Texas know about Waffle House, but if I could get a Waffle House or a Bojangles on the Strip, my goodness. Said I should tour the Red Rock Hotel in Summerlin. Yeah, somebody said something about the Red Rock Hotel earlier. I'll check it out. It's on my list to do for sure. It's a very popular place, so I'm gonna get to it. Said not the awful waffle, man. Listen, hey, listen, I love the Waffle House. When I go back home, that's one of my pit stops I have to make. I love Waffle House, man. You said you thinking tourism will explode this summer. At that point, we're going to be saying, remember when we had the Strip to ourselves? For sure. Like, I think that with these restrictions that's in place, like, in my personal opinion, I really don't think it's that serious, because it's slow anyway. Like, anybody, like, for all of y'all who in the chat right now, and I'll just ask y'all this. For any of y'all who in this chat that has been to Vegas in the last, we'll just say in the last month, if you've been to Vegas in the did you say I'll take IHOP over Waffle House? Wow. I'm gonna just leave that. We'll get to that at another time. If you've been to Vegas in the last month, do you feel like these restrictions have impacted your trip in any kind of way? Like, do you think these restrictions were to a point where you shouldn't have gone to Vegas? Or I'll even say, if you've been to Vegas in the last month, do you feel these restrictions will stop you from wanting to go back anytime soon? Let me get y'all opinions in the chats, because I know quite a few of y'all in this chat have been to Vegas recently. Because I've been to Vegas just about every month this year since June, and it ain't stopped me from doing nothing. That's why I keep doing these streams and stuff for y'all. Like, I started to do a video, but I'm like, nah, let me just do a stream. It's just easier to just load up and do a stream to talk about it, and I'll just leave out the replay. But I feel like a lot of people are real hesitant, and I don't think they should be. But I want to get y'all opinion on that. Said you like the smaller crowds, easier to move around. I've actually heard quite a few people say that this year, that they haven't mind Vegas not being as packed as it normally is for that exact reason, because, you know, it's easier to get around. Now, the scooter gang, I don't know where this gang came from. This was probably the biggest annoyance of 2020 in Vegas, is everybody grabbing scooters and riding all over the place, knowing they don't need a scooter like it's the coolest thing to do. So I hope that goes away in 2021, because they be on my nerves. But quite a few people have not mind the reduction of crowds. You said no, but you do miss the entertainment. Okay. You said you would go again and again. Not at all. Enjoyed every visit you've made. Okay. Yeah. And I don't think I've come across anybody this year. I mean, everyone has said it's definitely a different feeling this year, you know, for sure, for the party people, because it can be expensive for those who used to getting on the guest list for everything, and they go to party and they can't get on the guest list. They gotta divide a portion of a reservation to get in somewhere. Like, I know on the financial side, that's bothered some people, but as far as the experience, I feel like it hasn't really tainted no one's experience. What's worse, Excalibur or Circus Circus? um wow. uh I don't, man. Wow, I don't know. A part of me probably would say, a part of me will probably say Excalibur. I'm not staying at neither one of them, but Excalibur had a better location. But I think Excalibur worse than Circus Circus. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't like neither one of them though. There'll be a versus battle between them two at some point, but yeah, I just cannot do Excalibur at all. Excalibur's just terrible. Yeah, like I said, I think I said this on Friday. I'd rather stay at Tropicana across the street than to stay at Excalibur. Just not a fan of Excalibur. Sorry, not sorry. Jared said I like the smaller crowds. Okay, is there a reason why? Like, you like the smaller crowds because it's easier to move through, or you just don't like that Vegas is always packed, or you just feel like being around smaller crowds is convenient? You could elaborate. That would be great. But you're not alone. Quite a few people have seemed to like the smaller crowds. You said the strat just based on the location is worse. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. The Stratosphere, because of its location, hurts itself. Because if the Stratosphere was any closer on the strip, the Stratosphere would be in my respect of affordable hotels. The Stratosphere not a bad hotel. Especially because they have like some rooms that they've renovated and stuff too. But like one of my favorite restaurants is at the Stratosphere, and like the hotel itself is okay. It's not like horrible. Like I feel like, in my opinion, that the Stratosphere is a better. It's in line with Harris. I would say Harris and Stratosphere is in the same realm. It's just Stratosphere is just all the way at the end. It's the end of the hotel on the north. So right at the start of the north. You said, oh, Circus Circus has much worse location. It does. Yeah, the Strat. That's right. Because I do like how they've rebranded to the Strat. But well, yeah. So yes, Circus Circus location is horrible. But and that was something I had to think about when he was like, "Do you hate Excalibur? Which is worse, Excalibur or Circus Circus?" I'm just kind of like, I took the location into consideration with that. Like Excalibur's location is better, you know, but I can't stand the property. Like I feel like Circus Circus is just a bunch of kids. It's older and it's a bunch of kids, but I feel like sometimes at Excalibur, if I drop something, I might crack something in the floor, or like if it was a loud noise or somebody hit a jackpot and ran around, like the echo of their voice might put a crack in the wall or something. Excalibur, I just All right, y'all. So check this out. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this stream up. Appreciate all the engagement. I'll go through y'all last few comments, but I just wanted to bring y'all up to date on this conference yesterday that the wonderful Governor Sisolak shared with us. So, because a lot of people, I know, we've all been waiting to see what was gonna happen. Like the one thing I knew that wasn't gonna happen, it wasn't gonna happen. Or that didn't happen. I don't even think I said that right. The one thing that I knew that wasn't going to happen, and it did not happen, was New Year's was not going to be shut down. That just wasn't even gonna happen, and it's not. Vegas right now is just being extended for another month, which again, it's a slow time of the year. That's not gonna hurt nobody. A lot of people who probably would have went to Vegas for New Year's this year, and I'm gonna just speak on personal experience because I know about 7 or 8 people right now who are not going to Vegas this year because of this pandemic that normally would be in Vegas. Those people not going to Vegas, so restrictions or not, that doesn't change anything. You said EDC is sold out already. Yeah, I heard EDC sold out right away when they were available, so that don't surprise me. Like EDC, when we was talking about that on Friday, like the best times to go to Vegas, yeah, EDC weekend is like, it speak for itself. It's like a guaranteed sellout. So definitely doesn't that doesn't surprise me at all. Say go Browns, go Ravens. Man, I was born in Baltimore, man. We're gonna leave that at that. I'll holler at you offline. But nah, it's Raven gang around here, man. It said Stratosphere is underrated. Got a free 2-night stay that you're using next week. That's what's up. Yeah, I agree. I think especially since they rebranded as the Strat, their biggest down is them being the first hotel. I guess you could say the first hotel on the strip because they had the North. But being at the end, that location is just super inconvenient. Like even like with like Luxor and Excalibur and them down on the south end, it's easier to get the more stuff on the strip than coming from the Strat side. So their location, it really hurts them. They would get a whole lot more respect from people if their property was closer. And that's what makes me wonder about Resort World. Like Resort World is closer because it's across from Wynn and all of that, but I mean, I don't really think their location is gonna be much of an issue. But I'm just real curious to see what people say about their particular location. You said just enjoying dealing with less people. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I'm gonna take a shot of y'all, by the way. I ain't even want no emojis from y'all. I just want to come and catch y'all up to speed. I am gonna take this outro shot for y'all. I got an exclusive. Look at that. I forgot I had this Hennessy Pure White. I don't even drink Hennessy. My only exceptions is this Henny White and Black, and I'll do the privilege. But I forgot I had this. I got this when I went to Mexico last year. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring this out for the TVP fam. I'm going to take this shot for the squad. No emojis needed at all. Just cause. All right. Yeah, I know you said you from Cleveland. That's cool. I respect that. No issue at all. But it's Raven Nation around here. So just want to reiterate that. But shout out to y'all. Y'all having a dream season. With that talent is good. So I give respect where it's due. You said I need Avian to come back. You're not the first person I heard say that. You're not the first person I heard say that. And I'm sure Vegas would like them to come back because that was a lot of money that they brought in. We'll see though. Say you need to put Strat and Peppermill closer. I agree with you. Definitely. Peppermill and the Strat definitely need to move closer south on the strip. Come on down there, get more of the action. He said got that Shannon Sharp special Henny. Yeah. Shout out the club Shay. You got to keep a little something in the cut. All right, I'm going to take this shot for y'all. Appreciate all of y'all who tuned in. This is for y'all who still here. For those of y'all who watched the replay and came through, I appreciate all the support. Cheers to y'all. I got a quick look. I'll probably talk about it on Friday. Yeah, I'll probably talk about it on Friday. I'm still going to stream on Friday. This was just an exclusive stream just to update y'all. But I got my year-end review. Y'all the realest. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all 100% the realest. I love y'all so much, for real. So I'm going to give y'all some numbers and updates on how much y'all have blessed me this year and how I will be giving back to y'all this year as well. But final quick recap. Vegas isn't shut down. Everything is still reservation only. Don't worry about reservations. You can walk up and make a reservation, or you can get them through the app. Either way is cool. If you're going to town for New Year's, it's going to be cool. You still going to have to make reservations to go to places like the lounges and stuff, but they are still open and they are still taking reservations. Any assistance you need, y'all know the drill. Holla at me on Instagram. You can message me on Facebook too. That's cool. I always say number one. DM me on Instagram. Send me an email. Facebook 3. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the love that y'all showing this channel. Y'all enjoy y'all week. As always, make sure y'all wash y'all hands. Wear your face mask. Use hand sanitizer. Stay 6 feet apart. Don't bring nothing else to none of the, don't go into nobody else's household unless it's urgent. If it's not urgent, just don't go in nobody's household. Let's just practice that at least for another couple weeks since this year about to be over anyway. Y'all make sure y'all hold it down and y'all be good and y'all be safe. Thanks again for tuning into TVP Lounge. I'ma holler at y'all on Friday. Till next time. Y'all be safe. Shout out to you, Call Me Frog. I'm glad you made it in. And no, Lamar Jackson is not getting shut down. Don't try to play my boy like that. I'll holler at y'all.